The saw is doing everything I ever wished it could. Ported saws are for people that pass on the right just to get caught by the red light. Today on the Okie Woodsman channel, we're going to have some fun with the loudest saw I own. At the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about the positives and the negatives of this. I find that I really want to pick up this 562, even though the saw lost in the speed test. I like how this saw is configured, and I like it with the Firewood Pro Sizer. I have not started this saw today. One of the things I want to focus on is, does the saw want to restart without doing the stupid fast idle? No fast idle. family and I, we just got a ton of stuff cleaned up, and I want to try to stay ahead of it. It is so bad when you let all the waste get piled up. Let's see how this saw hot starts. Time to get back to cutting. I don't know if the saw's gonna hot start now because I honestly had it off for quite a while. I did another short video, cleaned up, let my camera equipment cool off, and all of that. So let's see what happens. That is absolutely a win right there. This thing's been off for like 20 or maybe 20, 25 minutes. This log right here, I'm leaving for testing for the MS460 when I'm doing some more muffler testing, hopefully this week. 20-inch bar doesn't fit through that. It's been off for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. I should probably title this video, "You Told Me So." I think it's still too early to definitively know if all of my woes are gone on this saw, but I will tell you what, the saw operates exactly like you'd want a saw to operate now that we have that muffler on there from Steadfast. Wes, thank you so much for giving me such a good deal on that. And buddy, I'm going to be doing some testing with those bars here in a bit. And Wes, I am going to use those light bars hopefully shortly, just a little bit behind. Just want to let you know that I'm extremely thankful for those. The saw is hot starting beautifully. It's snappy. There's really only one negative to that exhaust. I'll cover that here in a moment. The saw is doing everything I ever wished it could. Okay? It's fun to run. I like it with the 20-inch bar. I think that it's just a good size for firewood. I liked climbing with this saw. The way I have it configured right now, I do have my Firewood Pro Sizer on here. I love this tool, but I had to take it off when I climbed with it because it does get in the way of the handle when you flip it over here on the side. That is really the only negative to the Firewood Pro Sizer. I like it. I've been bucking all my rounds closer to 16 or right at 16. I know that it's not that important, but these varied a little bit because I was chopping them off that tree as I climbed down. And I was hoping pretty much all of them were close to or a little bit more than 16 inches, and that's exactly what I wanted. And I was just out here kind of having some fun, wanted to test this saw, see if it hot started, and enjoy it. I really just wanted to come out here. It's so fun to cut pine. I also wanted to get the trailer cleared off. I'm going to go ahead and do some additional testing with that that steel MS460 on that bigger round right there. It's too big for the 20-inch bar, so 24-inch bar on that steel will be perfect. I want to do a better job on that Exile muffler. I just kind of put that on there as kind of intermixed in here. I think really the big story here is this 562 is an absolute delight. Now let me go ahead and cover really the main issue with this exhaust. Some people, man, it's so funny the opinions people say, man. Well, I have that video asking like, is it worth porting a saw? And it just kind of shows some time cuts or just side by side stock 620 versus not. One comment was really funny. Somebody said something to the effect of ported saws are for people that pass on the right just to get caught by the red light up ahead. I can see that perspective because I mean, I drive relatively conservatively, especially now that I have more like truck type vehicles. I'm not a fast driver anymore. When I had performance cars, that was a different story. But at the same time, guys, the saws I feel like are just more of a pleasure to run. It's not necessarily being 15-20% faster through the cut, or even 30 or 40% faster through the cut. It's this saw works better now. In fact, let me go ahead and just hot start it again, guys. So, listen, if you want an extremely quiet saw, I can understand. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the negative to the muffler. It is not just loud, it is extremely loud. When I was in the tree climbing, I had foam ear protectors in, and I was questioning whether or not those were enough. That is potentially an issue. Okay, I had the saw right there in front of my face, taking chunks off of that stem, and that certainly. I'm not worried about disturbing the neighborhood. I'm not just worried about the noise, except with the exception of if you're going to use it in that scenario, it may not be the best bet, really. Now, again, there are variations of modified mufflers that aren't as loud potentially. This Steadfast muffler is extremely loud, and I absolutely love it. It works well, but again, that's the other thing. If you have people nearby, any ground hands or just spectators, for me, camera, wife, or anything like that, suddenly the noise becomes ear piercing. And when we did testing with Mark on the 620s, sitting off at a distance, all of the ported 620s, he didn't have to have ear protection on, I don't think. But when this saw came out, he put earmuffs on. And he runs saws, okay? It was, and he was probably like 20 or 30 feet away. So this saw did get significantly louder, but its performance level and its functionality has just significantly improved. People say that it lets the heat out. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it is, but I can tell you this. It just seems to work. I don't know if it's any faster cutting, but it is certainly more responsive, and the saw starts, and it's a heck of a lot more fun. So guys, this is a review of this Steadfast muffler. I'm going to keep using it here on this 562. This saw has been a kind of like a never-ending saga on the channel. I apologize for how much content this saw has created because it has done weird stuff. And I want to see now, is this saw done doing weird stuff? And can I just enjoy it? I don't ever want to take it back to the dealership. I really just never want to take it back to the dealership. So guys, let me know your thoughts. I hope that you enjoy this footage. Guys, I'm going to keep working. And I just really am thankful to all of you for being here. Guys, also, I have to say thank you so much for the response, because I have, if you're familiar with the channel, I have that relationship with saw suppliers, and they are a great Echo supplier, and they have tools and chains and other things as well. You guys help the channel out significantly, because if you're looking for an Echo piece of equipment, you're getting a great deal through them, and then on top of it, it helps me out. And I'm not saying it helps me out a little, it helps me out a lot. And so guys, I just want to say thank you for all of you that have purchased through the saw suppliers links. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will put them down in the description. I don't want to make this an advertisement for Echo or saw suppliers. However, I just need to say thank you to all of you. I truly need to say thank you. So again, guys, I want to see you on the next one, and stay safe out there cutting. Thank you. Just thank you. Stop, dang it. I want to keep this one out of the dirt because I want to do some testing with this one. Hi, baby. How about that? 4 hot dogs, some mustard and ketchup, and I'm golden. My wife hooked me up. She looked out the window and thought, I bet you he needs to eat.